Rainbow Rosa and the Mysterious Rainbow Fruit. Once upon a time, long, long ago, in a captivating place where clouds were made of cotton candy and rivers flowed sweet like honey, there was a land called the Valley of Sweet Winds. In the most beautiful house of this valley lived a sweet girl with pink cheeks and golden hair always tied in 2 braids. Her name was Rosa. Rosa loved nature very much. But the place she loved the most was her grandfather Grandpa Tun-Tun the Wise's magical fruit garden. This garden was unlike any ordinary garden. Here, trees told fairy tales, and flowers giggled. On a sunny and mild afternoon, Rosa and her grandfather went for a stroll in the garden. Rosa, wearing her dress with tiny strawberry pictures on it, was chasing butterflies. First, they passed by the silver pear tree. As the wind blew, the leaves of this tree touched each other and made sounds like tiny bells, ting, ting. Rosa listened to this sound and smiled. Then, they walked through the tickling grass. The grass was so soft that it felt like it was massaging Rosa's feet. Grandpa Tun-Tun the Wise held Rosa's hand and said in a mysterious voice, "Come along, Rosa. Today we will go to the quietest, most secret corner of the garden, a place we have never been to before. There is a secret there about to wake up." Together, they walked along a moss-covered path passing through dense trees. As they walked, the birds' songs faded, and the wind began to blow more calmly. The air seemed to get a little cooler and started to smell like delicious vanilla. At the end of the path, they arrived at a small clearing surrounded by purple lavenders. Right in the middle of the clearing stood a short tree with a trunk clear as crystal and branches shining like silver. Rosa couldn't believe her eyes. Because hanging at the very tip of the tree was a single, huge fruit. This fruit looked like no other fruit in the world. It was shaped like a star, but its edges were round and soft. Rosa asked in a whisper, "Grandpa, what is this? Why is it glowing like that?" Her grandfather replied with a smile, "This is the legendary rainbow fruit, my beautiful daughter. It ripens only once every 100 years. Inside, it holds all the colors of the sky, the warmth of the sun, and the peace of the moonlight. Look, watch closely." Rosa looked carefully. The fruit was truly magical. First, it turned deep red, just like a sunset. Then, its color turned to orange, like a citrus fruit. Next, it shone bright yellow, like a star. Then, it became lush green, like the forests. Later, it took on a deep blue color, like the oceans. And finally, it became velvet purple, like the night. The colors were dancing on the fruit. Rosa reached out her hand as if enchanted. Her grandfather said, "You can pick it, Rosa. It has ripened for you." Rosa stood on her tiptoes and gently plucked the fruit from its branch. The fruit was warm in her palm. The moment she touched it, she felt a sweet warmth spreading from her fingers to her arm, and then to her heart. Rosa took a tiny bite of the fruit. Crunch! At that moment, a wonderful taste spread in Rosa's mouth. She felt as if she had tasted chocolate, a fresh peach, and warm milk all at the same time. But the real magic started right then. Rosa's body became as light as a feather. All the tiredness in her shoulders and legs flew away. She felt so relaxed, as if she were sitting on a cloud, floating in the sky. When she looked around, the world looked different. The trees were whispering, "Good night, Rosa." Fireflies gathered around her and lit their tiny lanterns to show her the way. Her grandfather said softly, "Let's go, my rainbow princess. The magic of the rainbow fruit has begun. This magic is preparing you for the most beautiful sleep in the world." The way back home felt much shorter to Rosa. Because her steps had slowed down, and her eyelids began to feel sweetly heavy. She yawned, yawn. When they entered the house, her mother had prepared Rosa's favorite soft pajamas. As Rosa put on her pajamas, she felt her body relaxing and every muscle resting with the effect of the rainbow fruit. When she lay in her bed, her pillow felt like a cloud made of cotton. Her duvet was like a warm embrace wrapping around her. Rosa laid her head on the pillow and remembered what her grandfather had said, "The colors of the fruit will now come to your dreams." Rosa closed her eyes. And truly, she saw colors slowly appearing in the darkness. First, a warm red appeared before her eyes. This color gave her confidence, like her mother's hug. Then, a sweet orange came. This color warmed her inside like a mild evening sun. Then, a calm green appeared. It cooled her down like leaves swaying in the wind. Then, a deep blue came. It started to rock her gently from side to side, like swaying in a boat. And finally, a velvet-like purple color came. This color was the silence of the night. It covered all the other colors and invited Rosa into a deep sleep. Rosa's breathing was now very calm. Her chest was rising and falling slowly. The wind outside touched her window and said, "Sh-sh-sh-sh-sh." Sleep, Rosa. Sleep and grow. With the magic of the rainbow fruit, Rosa drifted into the sweetest, most colorful, and deepest sleep in the land of fairy tales. Now the garden was silent. The house was silent. The world was silent. There was only peace and sweet dreams. Good night, Rosa. Good night, magical garden.